Yeah, so I knew there was a chance. I mean, so anyway, I pursued this young lady all night, to no avail. And anyway, we, exchanged phone number. Or I stalked her. I don't know what it was. I was following her. Anyway, so she took me to her home to meet her dad. This was back in the day when you had to meet the parents. I have a 20-year-old daughter now. And that's a whole different story. I need therapy. So anyway, she takes me to meet her dad. His name is Earl Edwards. He's still alive. Earl Edwards. I'll never forget Earl. And so I walk into this home, very nice home, nicely appointed, very nicely decorated. And Earl is sitting at the table, and he is cleaning a stub nose 38. It was chrome. I had never seen a chrome gun before. And he is rubbing this thing to beat the band. I think he's trying to start a fire, right? And so he's rubbing, and he says, "Son, can you see yourself in this thing?" And so he's sitting there, and he won't really even look up at me. He's just cleaning his gun. And he's talking, and he says, "Son, what are your intentions with my daughter?" And I thought it was a trick question. "What do you mean?" I didn't want to, tell him what I really, I said, "Well, I really like your daughter a lot, Mr. Edwards." And he says, "Well, what do you do for a living, son?" And my parents hadn't even asked. No, they knew I didn't do anything for a living. They didn't even have to ask, right? And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And he says, "It's like you have a job." And I said, "Well, no, is that important?" And he said, "Son, if you want to be with my daughter, you have to have a job." And I said, "Well, how hard can that be?" And I wanted to be with his daughter, so I ran down to the bus company and got a job, right? $5.43 an hour, 15 hours a week. This is great, right? Because I figured, if I'm only working 3 hours a day, I got 21 hours to spend with his daughter. So anyway, I go back and say, "Mr. Edwards, I am a bus driver." I have a little outfit on, bus driver's outfit. And he said, "Well, son," he said, "if you can be a bus operator, why can't you be a supervisor?" And I'm thinking, I don't even want to be a bus driver. I just want to date your daughter. He starts cleaning this gun again, right? So I think I better become a supervisor. So I went back and I talked to a few people. Jim Dotson was one of them. I remember Eloise Morgan, who was a very strong African-American lady, and she took me under her wing, and I knew she liked me because she used to refer to me as her favorite turd. I remember that. That's funny. Anyway, so I did what I needed to do. They told me, "Dwight, you need to do this, you need to do that." I became a supervisor. So now I'm making probably $10, $12, $13, $14 an hour. That's all I needed for the rest of my life. And I'm working 8 hours a day, which is a lot more than I wanted to work at the time because it's cutting into my dating. So I went back and said, "Mr. Edwards, I'm now a supervisor." He said, "Son, if you can be a supervisor, why can't you be a manager?" I'm thinking, I didn't want to be a driver, I didn't want to be a supervisor, and I didn't want me to be a manager. This went on for 10 years. We went back and forth. 10 years. So finally now I'm running companies all over the country. He's borrowing money from me. And he says, "Son, I think it's time." "Time for what?" "You can have my daughter." I said, "I don't want her." And I didn't say that. I was thinking that, but I didn't say that. And as a matter of fact, he said, "I got 2 daughters." And I'm thinking, I thought about that, right? But I think in California it was illegal at the time. We could move to Utah, and we talked about that, but I'm just kidding. So 10 years. 10 years I struggled to marry this woman, right? And that's her name now, is this woman. Because I now understand, we were married in 1990. I now understand why it was so important to have a job. One, she doesn't work outside the home, but she's what they call a domestic engineer, I think is what they call it. And she spends a lot of money. About 2 years in, I tried to give her back. I bought my own stub nose and started. Stub nose for you.